Okay, good morning Year 10. We're going to be working on pyramids and cones again today, but I'm going to start you off with a starter. So copy this down in your books on your pieces of paper, pause the video, have a go at them, and then I'll be going through the solutions. So just to make sure that you read everything correctly, I've got 12 squared, subtract, then you've got a bracket, 8 plus 2 inside the bracket is then squared. What does it equal? It's a question about big maths. Solve. 8x plus 11 equals 3x plus 21. It's a solve. Find a value for x. X equals a value. Moving on to these volumes. This is a bit of revision about what we've been doing this week. So calculate the volumes. This one, it's a cylinder. Okay? So it's got a circular area at the end. It's uniform throughout the length of the shape, the cylinder. I'm telling you to take a value of pi of equal to 3, so that makes the calculation simple for you. What is the volume of that cylinder? We've got an L-shaped prism here. What is the volume of that prism? I've flipped it around a little bit. It's not quite what you're used to seeing in the textbooks and in the questions. I've just flipped it around a little bit. But you've got a 4 centimetre length, you've got a 2 centimetre length, you've got 9 centimetres for the length of the prism, 4 centimetres width at the top here, 2 centimetres for this top section. So 4 centimetres, 2 centimetres, 9 centimetres, 4 centimetres, 2 centimetres. The cylinder, this dimension across the circle is 6 centimetres. The length is 5 centimetres. So that's your starter. Pause the video. When you come back, I'll go through the solutions for you. Okay, so the solutions. This is a big maths question. What does big maths say? It says brackets first. So let's have a look at the bracket. Bracket is 8 plus 2. So inside the bracket we've got 10. But we've got to square that bracket. We've got 12 squared. Brackets, indices. Indices next. Powers. 12 squared is 144. 10 squared is 100. 144 subtract 100 gives us an answer of 44. So that's a big maths question. Solving this equation. We've got x's on both sides, we've got numbers on both sides. We want to get the x's on one side and the numbers on the other side and get a value for x. X equals something. Subtract 11 from both sides. That leaves me with 8x on the left hand side, 3x plus 10 on the right hand side. Subtract 3x from both sides. So now we've got 5x equals 10. So divide both sides by 5 and that gives you a value of x equals 2. We've solved it. X equals 2. Calculating the volumes. Right, okay, what is this 6 centimetres at the end here? It's the diameter, isn't it? What is the area of a circle? So don't forget, to get the volume of a cylinder, we take the area at the end, the area of that circle, it's not the end of your lesson. We take the area of that circle and we multiply it by the length of the cylinder. That's the diameter. The diameter equals 6 centimetres. That means the radius equals 3 centimetres. The area at the end here is pi r squared. Told you to take a value of pi of 3. R is 3, so r squared is 9, so the area is 27 centimetres squared. The volume is that area, so 27, multiplied by the length of the cylinder, so multiplied by 5. So our volume is 135 centimetres cubed. Okay, so our L-shaped prism here. 4 centimetres, 2 centimetres, 9 centimetres, 4 centimetres, 2 centimetres. The area at the end. I've made a little rectangle, 4 centimetres by 2 centimetres. 8 centimetres squared is the area of that rectangle. This little rectangle here, we've taken 2 centimetres, that's 4 centimetres, so that's 2 centimetres this length here. The depth is 2 centimetres, so it's actually a square. 2 centimetres by 2 centimetres. The area of that little section there is 4 centimetres squared. So the area of the cross section is 4 plus 8 is 12 centimetres squared. So that's the area at the end. The length is 9 centimetres, so the volume is our 12 centimetres squared times 9. Our volume is 108 centimetres cubed. And that hopefully is our starter completed. Right, just moving across to the other board then. Volume of pyramids and cones. A little bit of revision. The questions that I'm going to set you to do on this today, the worksheets that are going to be attached to your Show My Homework entry, are going to be a little bit more complicated, but you've got to get these basic formulae. You should be used to them by now. You've had a couple of days practicing them already. The area for the volume of a cone. The volume of a cone is the area of the base, which is a circle. So we know how to do that. That's pi r squared. The area of the base of a cone is going to be pi r squared multiplied by the vertical height. Divide all of that by 3, and that gives us the volume of that cone. Very, very similar pyramid. Find the area of the base. Might be a square, might be a rectangle. So find the area of the base, multiply that by the vertical height of the pyramid, and then just divide by 3. So they're very, very similar formulas. Find the area, find the base area, multiply it by the vertical height, divide that result by 3, and then you will find the volume of those two different types of shapes. We've gone through a couple of examples which you should be quite familiar with now, having practiced them. And don't forget what I said. We had this example here where they gave us the volume of the cone. They gave us the volume of the cone. They wanted to know one of the dimensions. They wanted the height. So if you know the volume, the area of the base times the height, which you don't know in this case, that's the bit you don't know, and divide that by 3, that's your equation. If you want to know the height, the height is then going to be 3 times the volume divided by the area of the base. And that is just achieved just by rearranging this formula. Okay? We want to find the height, rearrange that formula, and it allows you to find the height. Another thing for you to consider, and we talked about this the other day, a sphere, a ball. The volume of a sphere, that is the equation for the volume of a sphere. Volume equals 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. That would give you the volume of a sphere. So that will help you with some of the questions as well. One final thing to consider is a shape like that, and this comes up in some of the questions. What have we got here? We've got a cuboid. underneath, and on the top they're stuck a pyramid. So if they gave you the relevant the dimensions that you need, could you work out the volume of the whole of that shape? Yeah, you could. You find the volume of the cuboid at the bottom, you find that volume, and then you can find the volume of the pyramid at the top, and just add those two together to get your total volume. So just think a little bit out of the box about how you're going to solve some of these questions when you come across them in your worksheets. Yeah, don't be put off. You've got the information now, you know how to find the volume of cuboids, you know how to find the volume of prisms, you know how to find the volume of pyramids, you know how to find the volume of cones. It might be you have to break down the shapes into those constituent parts, work them out separately, and then bring the answers together to find your total volumes. Okay, good luck with the questions that you're going to be undertaking. Hope this has been useful to you. Thank you very much.